at one level, this judgment can be seen as a kind of earthquake, but at another level, it can be seen as absolutely obvious. I've referred to it as politics 101, because it's very surprising to see a situation where the courts have had to step in this way, and that the Prime Minister has been found to have acted unlawfully on such a sensitive issue as the advice that he gave to the Queen. And to see the court resurrecting Parliament is a pretty extraordinary thing. But the principles that they advocated, that they articulated in the judgment, were absolutely uncontroversial, central principles. And I say British Politics 101 because they're literally in the first class that I teach my British politics students. That the British Constitution is characterised by parliamentary sovereignty, Parliament being the highest authority, and the fact that the government is accountable to Parliament and ultimately, in extremis, can be removed by Parliament. And what the court did was emphasise those principles as the underpinning reasons for its judgment, and in doing so, I think just stated some very obvious things about the way that the system works, which I hope will help people in future to understand the system better. If there was anything very unusual about what went on here, I think it was the fact that the government acted in the way that it did, requiring the court to respond in the way that it did. I had a look at what some of the other commentators have said, and a lot of them agreed with the sort of thing that I said in terms of this being both extraordinary and mundane. Professor Shona Douglas-Scott from Queen Mary said that it was a remarkable ruling, but an orthodox one. Professor Mark Elliott from Cambridge said it was rooted both in orthodoxy and it was path-breaking. And Professor Mike Gordon from Liverpool University suggested, and I think this is a key point, that the ruling may not even be the most significant constitutional event this month. And I think probably what he was referring to there was the actions of the government, but there have been quite a lot of big constitutional things going on, so I'm not quite sure what he had in mind.